We're on? Yes, we're on. Okay, let's do that again and pretend you didn't hear it. I would love to welcome each and every one of you here tonight. I hope you're having a great Monday, and you know it's just so good that you turn up week after week on a Monday night at 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. Queensland time. My name's Kel Caldwell. For those of you who, I might just get everyone to check their mute button. Oh, Bev, I might get you. Yeah, hold on one second. That's okay, lovey. That's better. Can you all hear me now? Perfect. So it's so good that you guys turn up every Monday night. We have this little team training. We've got all little nits and pieces for everybody to have a listen to. We've got a bit of a lineup tonight, which is so great. But firstly, I want you guys to take the floor, and I want whoever has a new baby brand partner to introduce the new baby brand partner so that we can all say hello. So just unmute your button and jump on and welcome your baby brand partner. That'd be fabulous. Go for it, Beck.
Hey, hey, going. Sorry, this is Bev. I met Bev a couple of years ago when I had a hairdressing salon, and have known Bev for some time, and she's just decided to join the Neora family. So welcome, Bev. She started out with the firm, and she loved it that much, and she's just started using a day and night. So she's baby, and yeah, we had a party at her place on the weekend, and it was really successful. So congratulations, Bev, and this is to many amazing.
Welcome to the family, Bev.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Who else have we got that's a new baby brand partner online?
I got a new one just before, but she's just on her way home and may not get on in time. So
okay, I'll keep an eye out for her. What's her name?
Julie McKenzie.
Okay, well, we'll write in the chat. Welcome to the family, Julie, if she gets on.
Awesome.
Who else? How about you, Shan?
Yeah, I've got Teresa, but I don't think Teresa's jumped on just yet. She was picking up kids from dancing, and then she's going to try and jump on.
Oh, perfect. We'll hey, no worries. Yeah. We'll go eye out. So that's about all our new baby brand partners. Is that it? Just pop your hand up if I missed you. Oh, I've got 2 pages to keep my eye on here. No? Oh, good. All right, so just talking about Beck saying she had an RRP on the weekend. I had an RRP. Well, I supported an RRP for one of my team members. I think Lauren had an RRP on the weekend. So congratulations to everybody who held an RRP on the weekend. But what I will talk to you about is I suppose a little bit of closing the sale. I'm going to go into more detail in a minute, but just quickly, I want to share something with you that I got from Wendy Hatton, and we all know she's the queen of the parties in the States. And I downloaded this because I purchased the Nashville Get Real conference, and Wendy has a segment in there for real results, and she takes you live into her house and does the real results in front of the camera, and then they brought it to the stage. So I've just picked a bit of a snippet, and I just want you to have a look at it, and then we'll talk about it in a minute. So hold on one second. Can everyone see that? Yep, perfect.
So now let's go ahead and let me show you how to close the party. So I'm going to pass out here that we can have the full form in front of you. Actually, I'll let y'all just take one and pass them on down. Anytime I go shopping, I never tell my husband how much money I spend. It's always how much money I saved. Okay? So I'm going to tell you, this is kind of how it started. So when I joined this business, I really was not looking for a business at all. But when I fell in love with the product and found out I can get this stuff free, because again, my mom, sister, and grandmother already wanted the product. But I'm all about the best value. So when I joined the business, like I said, there's 2 forms there. That top form is the best deal. That's for joining the business. It's a brand partner application. And underneath it's the customer. So I'm going to start with the top one just to show you the greater value. So when I joined the business and decided I'd do it, I wanted to save the most money. So I started with, it was a better deal, our premium package. It's a $1,000 kit because it's $900 in savings. So when I joined, I used to say, have a GPS tracking device on me. You know what it was? My debit card. You guessed it. Every time I swiped it, he was notified on his cell phone. I'd be at the mall and he'd start texting me, what are you doing there? Come home, whatever. So when I spent $1,000, he didn't text me, he called me. What are you doing spending $1,000 on skincare? I said, whoa, wait a minute. I just saved you, buddy, $900. And I said, worst case, I'm buying in almost half off. I can write it off our taxes. And I'm going to look really good. And I can make some money. You tell a man that, they don't argue with you. I always ask, I go backwards and ask for forgiveness. And I told him, I said, and guess what? I'm getting it free next month. I said, Mom and them already wants it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my products free and I'm buying in half price. First month, I was able to make my investment back by, again, showing before and after pictures on social media. People were trying it. I was calling people. I'm like, hey, try it, money back guarantee. And then after they started getting results, I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I want it free. So I did not join this business for a business. I joined it wanting the products. But as you saw these before and after pictures, our products are not ordinary products. Okay. They are products. Our CEO built this company because he loved the industry, but he wanted to show, you can do this. He built it around world-class products. Okay, we just don't have ordinary things you can go out and purchase at Target or at the makeup counter. We have things that are different to the market and that works. It happened naturally. And today, we're standing in my home that I never thought, this is from a side gig. I was able to have an opportunity to produce. In the beginning was, I remember the first month, Jim lost his GPS tracking device because I was no longer swapping the debit card. And I'd come home with groceries and he'd just look at me. He wasn't complaining. Then the next month I was coming in from the mall shopping bags. Again, he's like, where's that coming from? And he used to call it Nexium, by the way. And I'm like, that Nexium's doing pretty good, And then when I qualified for a Lexus car bonus, he's like, whoa, you earned a Lexus selling Nexium. No, honey, I didn't. It wasn't Nexium. But that was not something I was looking for. I didn't need a Lexus. But that got rid of a car payment off the family. And it was a Lexus at the same time. So I'm like, okay, I need to tell more people about this. So it kind of just started, like I said, and this has been the funnest thing I've ever done. So if I cared about you, I'm here to tell you, whoever invited you here tonight, they're not trying to sell you anything. They're not. They want to show you something because they care about you. They're not trying to you need to buy this. Listen, those before and after pictures affirm we sell this stuff all day long on Facebook. Getting customers, but we brought you here because we wanted to show you something. And so the best value is, of course, that $1,000 package. You get one of everything I just showed you, multiples of the products that you would want to sample out, maybe like we're doing now, like the eye patches, the youth factor. You just get more of those up front. Now, it's so weird watching yourself and hearing that accent I can't. It's weird. It's really weird. Okay, now I'm going to elaborate a little bit. On getting those big parties, you need to be confident. You need to be confident. People are reading you. I used to do parties and I was afraid to lead with that $1,000 package because I was prejudging people. Yeah, we all do it. But wherever you place value, I'm being sincere. That $1,000 package, when I started placing value on that, and people will listen to what you say. At the end of a party, you know what I usually say? Hey, I know you all are sitting here and you want one of everything plus 2 firm. And you know what I've been selling? $1,000 package plus 2 firm to everybody. people, you got to put it out there. Don't be afraid, because I was afraid. You guys know my hometown. I'm from, one of the poorest cities in the state of Kentucky. But don't prejudge people, because we have something here that people are going to bed every night and praying for. So I'm going to show them that, and I'm going to be confident in that. And you will see people sit there that you would never thought would even buy eye patches. That you're showing them a way, okay? You're showing them a way to, to get that kid through college. You're showing them a way to spend more time with their family. Okay? Because you have that here. So to me, it comes natural, because I know the end of your story if you all stick with this. We're not just here cheering you on. I know the end of the story. I know when I've been there and I've doubted myself. I know when everyone didn't show up at my party, even though I'd bought every Pampered Chef and everything off all my friends, and people didn't show up. I've been there. We have. But you're worth it, okay? You're worth it. So.
Oh, go Wendy, right? So what I want to tell, she's amazing. And I love that she's raw. She was nervous. She's done 100 of these parties, but she's still nervous. She still stumbles over her words. But that's what it's all about, because people need to know that they can do the same thing. Now, I just wanted to touch and share that, because I assisted with an RRP on the weekend, and we had 2 people turn up to that RRP. So it wasn't a massive turnout for who was invited, but you know what? 2 ladies still came. One was a PC and one was her friend. I had just watched Wendy Hatton, and I watched that close, exactly that part that I just showed you, and I thought, what better time than to give it a crack? So I went 3, 2, 1, take off, because it's hard work just to lead out there and close the sale with the business. But I did that, and just before I tell you this, the lady who was already a PC, she had been spoken to about becoming a brand partner, and at that party she said, no way, don't even go there. There's no way I've got any time for any of this. And we sort of said, yeah, well, no worries. Now, at the end of it, I did exactly what Wendy did, and I said, is there possibly 3 people that you could think of that would also enjoy these products? And the 2 ladies sort of had to think about it. And I said, because at the end of the day, if you can get 3, if you have 3 people, 3 customers for that month, you're going to earn credit towards your product for free. And I said, and I know that you really want one of everything, right? And the new lady said yes. And I said, so the best way to buy this package is to buy in as a brand partner, which also means that you don't have to order every single month to get your 10% discount. You can order because they clearly told me they didn't want to be a builder. But my thinking is they might not want to be a builder now. They could organically fall into being a builder, because that lady who was the PC, she had already talked to 8 people, and she already had 3 that wanted to use the product. So she joined on $6.95, the one that said, never, I'm not doing it. And the lady that was brand new joined on $9.95. We only had 2 there, but we scored 2 brand partners out of it. How amazing is that? So I'm just going to open the floor up for 1 minute, or unmute yourself if you've got any questions about that. Or I know Deb said how different it is to hand out those forms. At my RRPs, I don't hand out the PC form. I hand out the BP form every time. So that's just another thought. But has anyone got any questions about that? No. Gosh, I can't wait till you all get out there and do your RRP with leading with the form and the business. That'll be great. And you know what? If it's hard work, do what I did. I counted 3, 2, 1 and closed it like that. And at the end of it, we both looked at each other like, did that really just happen? So we were wrapped. Before without further ado, I would love to introduce our next guest. And our next guest is going to have a chat with us simply about how she started and why she joined Neora, all the way from Christmas Island. So forgive us if the internet is not too good, but I'm going to let you introduce her, Deb, if that's okay, because I'm sure that you've got some beautiful things to say.
Oh, thanks, Kel. Yeah, I've known Tara Jane for a few years now through personal growth workshops that we did together. And Tara Jane actually joined Nerium 2 years ago, and then, you know, didn't really get into it, and she lost her mojo, and as we always do, come and go. But I always, you know, every now and again would check in with her. She is in a beautiful part of the country. She has a young family. She's realized now that this is the way forward for her, and I'm just ecstatic for her, and she knows that it's going to make a difference to where she's about to go next. So over to you, Tara Jane.
Hey guys, how are you? Has everyone got me? Excellent. All right. Well, Deb, give me the thumbs up or thumbs down if I'm rambling too much or just going on for too long or anything like that. So I've got a few notes here. So I started with Neora a couple of years ago, as Deb said. I'm a beauty therapist and a hairdresser. I have a little salon in Christmas Island, and I was looking to kind of expand and go into skincare. And after a long time in the industry, I really got sick of selling products that didn't work, but basically, and I wanted something that was non-invasive, so something that people could use at home that didn't have too much acid, AHAs, BHAs, stuff like that in it, so it wasn't going to damage their skin, because we get a lot of sun exposure here in Christmas Island. And I just wanted to be able to put my money where my mouth was. I wanted to be able to give a product that I knew would work. So I kind of went on this little journey for 6 months, trying out different things, and have had lots of training with other products in the past. And I actually stumbled across Nerium at the time with a free sample I got from my Marie Claire subscription for my salon, which was quite interesting. And I've always suffered my own skin, enlarged pores, fine lines, pigmentation. Used it for 1 week and went, wow, this is actually working after 1 week. And I'd seen some stuff that Deb was posting on Facebook, and I knew her. I knew that she was an integral person. I trusted her character. And I think it was the combination of 1, the product worked. 2, it was a really simple system. 3, I knew Deb and trusted her integrity as a person. So I gave her a call and I said, hey, Deb, what's this stuff that you're using? I'm interested. And she just said, Tara, it's changed my life. You'll love it. And I could already see the results on my own skin. So it went from there. We got it sent over. We ironed out very, very quickly, may I say, a lot of the issues we have with our mail system here, because we're really, really far away. We only get a couple of flights and a couple of ships a week or a year. So it's hard to get stuff here, and back office was brilliant, really, really good. So that was a win straight away for me and for my clientele. And then it just went from there. Like, anyone who I've ever sold a product to just is loyal and loves it. They just always come back. And I just thought, this is a real winner. But I had my own personal struggle with the kind of way that the business was structured in the multi-level marketing sense. And I didn't, and to be honest, I was really naive about it. You know, I had all these preconceived notions about it. And now I realize that actually financially, compared to what you would get for a startup system in a salon, it's far more beneficial. It's so much more comprehensive. Like, it's a small range that does a lot. It's very succinct. And again, the products work. You know, I never felt like I was selling something that just wasn't going to work to anyone, which just kind of made me feel more aligned. But then I had my own journey where I sold my salon. I kind of went, well, that's it now. And then my clients were still kind of coming to me and wanting these products. And so I continued. And Deb just kept saying to me, you've got such an opportunity here. You can really do it. And it was self-doubt. It was the journey of self-doubt all the way. No, I don't want to do this. I don't know. I felt so like I had to be salesy, and that didn't feel congruent with who I was and where the direction that I wanted to take in my personal life and in my professional life. So she kind of really supported me on my journey to, you know, one minute I'd throw out all this marketing stuff out there, and she'd go, slow down, Tara, with your neurium vomit, like she likes to call it, which it didn't feel right anyway, you know. And then she kind of said, you speak from the heart, you know, you just use who you are to sell things. And I was like, of course, why not? And every time I moved away from who I, you know, I thought I had to be, or every time I thought I had to be something, I kind of fell off and lost my way. And then she just go, just be you. And then all of a sudden I just look into my heart, speak from my heart, and that's it. It would all start up again. So it's been a fantastic journey. And I have now my first brand partner, which I really was holding back on doing that. And it's all happening. And I've got a couple of more brand partners on the way. And every time I try to, every time I think about Neora, I just kind of think about myself and what I want to. I watched Deb say something the other day, you know, you share, you don't sell. And I just think about that every time, you know, and it really is sharing. It's sharing something that's worked for me, and it's putting yourself out there a little bit, which can sometimes be scary, but it feels so much more something, you know, you're just kind of speaking from your heart, saying what comes to you. You might bumble, you might imperfection. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say from here. Just my rhythm is really quite an interesting one, and Deb always just says, do what's right for you in your own time. And I notice the first half of my month is hideous. I never really do much, and then all of a sudden it gets to, you know, about the 25th, 26th, I'm like, and I just start running and get caught up in it. But that's okay as well, and there's obviously a lot of room for growth there. But yeah, and that's my rhythm, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So I feel blessed to be a part of this group, and then the Neora family, and yeah, I think just be yourself. That's my message as well. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks so much, Tara. You're a gem for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And I guarantee so much of that would resonate with so many people. Resonate with me, because I used to word vomit too. And it was a really big deal. And Poya used to say to me, zip it, will you? Even now sometimes, because people think, oh, you're a beauty therapist, so they'll ask you the tough questions. I think it's like a test. And so off you go and you tell them, and then I just wish I'm learning anyway. I'm learning to zip it. So that's very, very good information for everybody. You don't have to vomit. Just share it. And look, Wendy Hatton, who we just watched, she said the exact same thing. We haven't come here to put the hard sale on you. You've been invited because someone wants to share something with you. Thank you so much, Tara. I really appreciate you sharing that with us. And I can't believe it's still daylight in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, have a look. Have a look what we've got here. That's the Indian Ocean right there behind me.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think
Thanks, Tara.
It really can work anywhere, which is great as well.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of you remote ladies, and you've just got crazy great businesses. So well done.
Thank you.
So next, we are going to introduce Mr. Neil Tyndall. And look, I want to talk to Neil because he is going to tell us a story about bouncing forward, straight out of Power Up, and where he's come, or what his mind and what he's doing with his business out of Power Up. So take it away, Neil.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Kel. Some great information there too, especially on the sharing stuff organically. So for those of you that don't know me, my wife is Lisa. She's actually in New Zealand at the moment, but her and I lived in Bali when we first joined Neora back in October 2016. From there, we built a pretty quick business, obviously, with the launch. You know, a lot of people jumped on board. From that point, the drop-off was, you know, it took quite a while, but we stayed as active as we could from overseas. You know, we had our challenges in doing that. We moved back to Aussie July last year, with the intent to re-kickstart the whole business of building. It was Nerium back then, and get it up and running again. But things got in the way. I started up a personal training business. Lisa's coaching business started to get really, really busy for her, and we sort of just didn't really get back into gear. Then all of a sudden, I started to get some phone calls from Rachel and a few of the people that we had enrolled that were still quite active. You know, come along to Power Up, you know, you'll enjoy it, you'll have fun, you know, blah, blah, blah. It was great. And we made a decision. Yeah, okay, we're going to go. The day after we made that decision that we were going to go, we signed a brand partner. 4 days later, she flew from New Zealand to come to Power Up with us. And from there, like the events, I get, you know, they do a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But for Lisa and I, when we got there, we were kind of a little bit taken back with the numbers at first. Like there wasn't a lot of people to what we thought would be there. Then we broke for a break and we went and had a chat and we said, you know, it's actually a good thing that there's not a lot of people there. And the reason for that is that it just opens up the market much bigger and more dramatically for us to go out there, you know, run our race as fast as we want or as slow as we want to bring more people on board so that the next function we go to, you know, we can take more than just a couple of our downline. We can take 15, we can take 20. It's up to us, you know, how many that we want to take. You know, it's interesting. You sit there in the crowd and you watch Rhoda. She presented. She did a freaking amazing job. Well done, Rhoda. And everybody else that got on stage, you know, the recognition, that inspired us. You know, we had downline up there that were being recognised for a higher level than what we were. And we go, well, if they can do it, we can do it. You know, we just got to get back in and start to focus on the basic things of talking to people, sharing the products. And we did that. You know, this month we've had one PC upgrade, we've had 2 brand partners enroll, and we've enrolled 2 new PCs. So it just takes a little decision to go, okay, well, we're going to share, we're going to talk. And that's all that we've done since Power Up. But the thing that really got us fired up at Power Up, and it's quite funny because we lived in Bali for almost 3 years, is the destination trip. Like from the time we landed in Bali in early 2016, Lisa said, I'm going to take you to Vietnam. She said, you'll love it. And we never made it there. So we get to Power Up and all of a sudden they announced a destination trip. It's Vietnam. And Lisa looked at me and she went, boom, we're there. And you know, again, it just takes one thing. And for us, like for me, it was seeing our downline up there being recognised for some really awesome rank advancements. For Lisa, it was the destination trip. So, you know, that's, I guess, for us, what's fired us up to get us back completely, fully in the game, 100% committed without any wavering belief. So that's, I guess, our little story in a nutshell.
Thanks, Neil, so much. So would you hesitate to say that events build businesses?
Oh, massively. Like events, you know, they're a cornerstone of what we do. You know, you go along, you get, you know, really motivated. You know, some people go away and they don't do anything, you know, and then some people go away like Lisa and us and we hit the ground and we run and, you know, we start to create some momentum and we want to carry that momentum through. You know, we want to go on that trip. You know, we instead of paying for it, we want to have Neora take us there on a 6-star accommodation trip. So who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
And that's right. And you've already been on a trip, Neil, so you know how good those trips can be.
Yeah, we were on the first trip to Port Douglas, and again, that was freaking amazing. You know, like again, what the company put on there, I guess, was only a snippet of what you guys saw and had in Borneo. You know, it just, again, Vietnam, I think, will be another step, a big leap and bound above. Yeah, so, you know, as the company grows and builds in Australia, those trips are going to get absolutely more and more freaking amazing to want to join in and be part of.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I guess, that excited us was there was a couple of ladies that started, you know, quite late in the year. I think it was around August that they actually didn't start till, and they still made the trip. Again, that's a pretty awesome achievement to do. So you can do it quite quickly if you want to, if you've actually got some drive and to get up and go and want to do it. So yeah.
I believe they qualified within 3 months.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and that is, you know, that again, that just says to us, well, what are we doing? You know, if we want to get there and we don't get there, what have we done wrong? We haven't talked to enough people and we haven't shared enough information. You know, Puya says it, taking people from not knowing to knowing, and it's as simple as that. You know, and again, what you just shared with that video, Kel, was pretty cool. You know, we're not here to sell you anything. We're not here to flog something off to you. We're just here to show you because we care about you and we want to see you have enjoyment like we have.
That's right. Share that opportunity, hey, because
Yeah.
anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked to see you back. And you know what I always say, if you need to rest. Just don't leave.
Yeah, we didn't. We kind of just took a sabbatical, you know, like we had a wedding to plan for, and then we had our wedding, and then we stayed on honeymoon for about 5 months. So, you know, and then, like I said, we moved back to Aussie in July, and, you know, kicked off a personal training business for myself, and Lisa's coaching just went in leaps and bounds. And, you know, it took, I guess it really took the event to say to us, well, you know, this is a lot of fun. Let's just rock it. So that's it. We're rocking it. So I put it out there that we're going on the trip so everyone can hold me accountable.
You will, mate. Don't you worry about that, because we know how good you party, you and that wife. Thanks so much, Neil. I so appreciate you sharing that. Has anybody got any questions or anything they want to say before I hand it over to our next speaker? No? You guys are great listeners tonight. All right, so without further ado, thanks again, Neil. Without further ado, I am going to introduce Mrs. Rhoda Shine, and she is going to burn it from the bottom up and talk to you all about end of month. Take it away, sweetheart.
Thanks, Kel. Hello, everyone. Welcome tonight. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy week, Monday, to come on here and learn a bit and share a bit of info with us. And thanks to Tara and Neil for sharing. It's really good information to hear people's stories, because that's what ultimately we are. We're just great storytellers. So thanks so much, guys, for doing that. That was great. So tonight I'm going to talk about what I do to run for end of month. Now, it's really, really funny, because when Rach asked me to do this little piece, I said, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But I don't believe, and Kel, you might be able to correct me, or someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, is there anywhere where someone says you have to do this at the end of the month? So this is absolutely what I do and what I try and duplicate to my team that we do for the end of month. So, so firstly, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Rhoda Shine, and I live in a really remote part of the Northern Territory, in a town that's about that big, and in East Arnhem Land called Nhulunbuy, and I absolutely love it. And I've been in this gig for 2.5 years since we opened in Australia, and it's been the best 2.5 years of my life, and it's a blessing that we're all here. So that's just a little bit about me. So what I'm going to do, Kel, is if I can take over the screen.
Do you know how to do that?
Yep. I think so. Can you guys all see my screen now? Yep, thanks, Neil. Okay, so we are actually in Minnie Mouse's back office, and she's a great little business builder. Look at her little next rank she's going for down here. So what I'm actually going to do is take you through the steps that I go through at end of month. Now, we say end of month, all our ADOs run on the 23rd. So if you have an ADO, someone joins your business as a PC or a BP, they're between the 23rd and the 30th or 31st of the month, their ADO will run on the 23rd thereafter. So there's no ADOs that run in that time period unless they're a new PC, but then the next month they'll run at a different time. So after the 23rd, you know that without any new business, that's where you're at, okay? So, and if there is any questions, just pop them in the chat, and Kel, Neil, Jaya, someone will answer them for you, or I can look at them at the end, okay? So the first thing that I encourage my team and myself to do is this one here. You want to aim for 3 year free, okay? It's really, really funny because I don't usually get 3 year free until about the 15th of the month, and it really drives me crazy. I wish it was at the beginning of the month, but I know most of my ADOs run at the end of the month, which but I know that they're going to run. But that's the first thing that you want to tick off your little list at the end of the month, is that you want to get 3 year free. Now, those have to be, as you can see there, I'm not going to go into too much detail, guys. And if you do want some extra detail, just contact your upline or me or anyone, and I can run you through it further. But I'm just mindful of everyone's time. So we want to check your 3 year free. That's your first marker, okay? And when you've got that, you get that little gold star there up the end. Now, the next thing, I'm just going to go into Minnie's leader dashboard. See that skincare up the top there? I wish we had that, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, I then go to, I'm just going to move everyone out the way because you're in my way, is our personal PC bonus. Okay, so as you can see here, after your 3 year free, you want to get your PPC bonus, which is your 6 PCs at 55 QV, okay? And then after that, you want to go for your PPC plus, which is 9 PCs. Now, first of all, your 3 year free is your $200 credit in product. Your PPC is your $65 bonus, and then your PPC plus is your $200 bonus. So I really encourage everyone to strive for that. Now, after the 23rd of the month, I reach out to my leaders in my team and I say to them, hey, you've got 8 PCs, 1 more to go to your $200 bonus. Or, hey, Jill, you've got 5 PCs, let's get 1 more and then your PC bonus. But then if you get a few more, you're going to get that $200 bonus. So that, because sometimes our new baby brand partners, they're not aware of these things in our back office. So we need to be prompting them and encouraging them the whole way. Okay. So we want to get our 369, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's the Neora building block. We want to get 369 PCs and a BP, and then 2 more BPs. So this is the start of the Neora building block. Okay. And if we can do that, if we just do that each and every month, we're building a really solid business here, and we've got a really strong foundation. So that's what we want to do first up. And then this is what I do. I go to here to the rank advancement. Now, some of us might be back here and we're looking, say, at elite brand partner. Now, when we have these numbers here, I tend to look at this, the GQV down here. Say if we were after 1200 and Minnie had, say, 900 GQV down there. So we're thinking, oh, I've got 300 to go, okay, until we get to that next rank, which is elite brand partner. But what a lot of us miss is if that we can click to the next one, and we can encourage our brand partners to say, hey, you only need 1100 GQV to get to the next rank. So you can rank up twice, you know, and that with our new comp plan, that's quite easy to do in those earlier stages. So let's not put a lid on our brand partners, and let's encourage them to strive for that further rank advancement. And hey, if they don't get it, that's okay. But they know they're striving, and they, you know what, they may just hit it. So as you can see, Minnie is going for regional marketing director. And so here she's got her LQV. She smashed that out of the park, but she's just after GQV. Okay, so she needs a fair bit of GQV there. So she needs to go and encourage everyone of her legs to strive for some more volume. That's what she needs. I'll just get having a quick look in the chat here, guys. Or Kel, have you got that? I can't see it. So, yes. So, and we know that, you know, you've still got some limitations on the legs that you've got, but the main thing with that rank advancement is that don't just look at your next rank up, look at the next one past that, because quite often, more often than not, that you can reach that, you know, the next thing. So that's what I do, and I encourage all my team to do that. So what I'm saying here, guys, is I do this for myself first, but I always encourage my team to do exactly what I'm doing, because it's all, as we know, it's all about duplication. I keep a very, very strong eye on the luxury car bonus. Now, some of our new baby brand partners, I understand that you may not be there, but that's okay. You can always strive to get there. But those people that are close or striving towards that, keep an eye on that, because as you see your volume go up, you'll watch that go up too. And you want to drive that as much as you can. And they're really good, these little widgets in the back office, because they pretty much tell you when you've reached what you need to get, you know, like it's very visual, which is great. Personal sales commission. As you can see here, Minnie smashed it out of the park here, which is really great. So 5%, you'll get 5% of commissions if this is your personal sales, okay? Just your personal sales. If it's between 300 and 1,500. Sorry, this is in US too. So just, this is in US dollars. So just keep that in mind. We just need to convert it. To us, I think that's to 1,650, I think, or 1,850. And then this one's 1,850 to 3 something. I'm not quite sure. But we want to strive to get as many personal sales commissions as we can. So this is about us going out, as Neil said, taking people from not knowing about Neora to knowing about Neora and bringing on new PCs, because we can build a really great business of just PCs with our new comp plan. Okay, so just head out there and encourage people sharing, as we've talked about. We don't have to sell. We don't have to sell at all. We just have to share a great product, and we've got a gift. So let's just get it out there as much as we can, you know? And there's loads of different ways that we can do that. And just chat to your upline. If you're having problems about reaching out or what should I do, and, you know, getting more PCs, just reach out to your upline, because they will be more than happy to tell you about that. So let's all aim. I always try and strive for 15%. I don't always hit it, but I try my guts out to get there, because it's a nice big bonus to your check at the end of the month. So the more sales we get, the better there. Now, the other thing, we always want to keep an eye on this too. Let's keep an eye on that, guys, and keep that going up. There's a really good thing that Jen Elston did, and if you haven't seen that, contact your upline, and because it is ripper about how to breaking that trip volume down and what you need to do each and every month about that. And when it's broken down into those smaller goals, it's not as daunting as it seems, and everyone can get there. You just have to do the work, but you know, everyone can get there, honestly. Okay, so the next thing, I go to report center. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not taking too long. We go to the report center, and I always run the ADO report. Now, what the ADO report is, it's a report of your BPs, of all your BPs in your downline. Now, this may be a little bit different to what we don't have any here, but in this area, we will see whose ADOs has run, whose may have declined, who's cancelled theirs, or whatever. So what we want to do is we want to contact those people and ask them and say, hey, did you know that your card has been declined, or something like that? Because people don't always know, you know. Sometimes it's they've swapped cards and they don't realise. So they're more than happy to hear that. So go in there, because again, that's more volume for you. So that's something that I do at the end of month. But in saying that, I don't always just do that at the end of the month. I do that regularly, probably at the end of the week. So 4 times a month, I probably do that, and a couple more at the end of the month. And then I go into my PC report. And same thing again. This is where I can see if they've run an ADO, if they've cancelled, if their card is declined, or anything like that. Another thing, if you're chasing volume, or you just purely want to look after your awesome customers, contact them and say, hey, we've got a new product. Would you like to try a new product? You know, with EHT coming on board, what a great opportunity to reach out to each and every PC that you've ever had. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've got some PCs that started way back in October 2016, ordered for a few months and haven't ordered since, for whatever reason. I've reached out to them a few times, and that hasn't been the right time or the right season for them. But with EHT, I have reached out to everyone, and I don't know about you guys, but I have a really long list of, you know, a waiting list of people who are just waiting for that product to drop. So do not hesitate to reach out to everyone that you've ever been in contact with about EHT, because you watch your business boom with such a fantastic product, you know, so make sure you do that as well. Now, that's pretty much all that I do, except I go into the overview of a lot of my BPs who I track, and I'm sure everyone does that too. And you just want to encourage them to check and look at all their markers in their business as well. And it's a really, really great idea to do that. And when we talk about marrying our months together, I'm not sure if anyone has heard that before, but Poya has always taught us that we need to marry the months together. So don't just run to the end of the month, which for us is about 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. We just want to keep running till the 2nd or 3rd to run straight through. So we've got a really good, great start to next month, because that builds momentum. And what does that do? That just keeps going and going and going. And if we build momentum, our team builds momentum, and it just snowballs. So really use your reports in your back office, and don't be afraid to get in there and have a poke around, you know, like I used to be so scared in the beginning to push anything, because I'd think, oh shit, what if I push something? Can I, you know, something goes wrong? But don't, it's such a friendly, user-friendly back office. Click around and you can see everything. That one, I clicked on that one, and that one doesn't work, of course. So now one more thing that I will tell you, I'll go to the placement tree. So this is, I use this is great. So placement tree, and I click on, I usually click on GQV. And so when I click on that GQV, it'll go from the top down, all the volume. So you can see very, very quickly who is where in your business. Okay, I use this report on a daily basis, and it's probably, I don't know about you guys, it's probably my favourite report of the whole lot, except for trip volume. And yeah, that's what I love. So user reports, and I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Kel, have I forgotten anything, do you think? And if I have, if there's someone on here, please jump in, because that's what I had on my notes. But as I say, it's not something that is written anywhere. It's just something that I, you know, naturally do. So thanks for listening, guys. I hope I gave you enough information. And please, I'm more than happy for you to reach out to me if you need to know any more about what I do in my business. And I'm always happy to share. So thanks, Kel.
Thanks, Rhodes. Just got to unshare, sweetheart, please. Thank you. How good's that? I just seen that, Beck. You said, oh, my goodness, I've not even been in there. So that is gold nuggets flat out. And I'm sure for more than just you, Beck. That's great. Now, listen, before I wrap it up, a couple of those things that Rhoda spoke to you about. Does anybody have any questions now that we're all back here? Just give me a wave and unmute yourself. And before I wrap it up, I know time is of the essence and we're getting on. I'm just going to share something with you that Rhoda talked about. Firstly, your PC bonuses that come in. For me, I'm a real visual learner, and you know, they say put it out to the universe, it's going to come back. Well, that's what I'm all about. I need to see it, I need to believe it, I need to smell it, all of those things. So just an idea, if you've got a spare board hanging around, this is my version. Can everybody see that? This is my version of the PCC bonus. And I've got it drawn up in permanent texture in the blue and then a whiteboard marker in the red. I'm going to show you exactly what that is. And if you've got a computer, screenshot it. And if you want a copy of this, just reach out to me, because this has been worth its weight in gold. Boom. What can we see? What are we looking at? Can someone unmute and tell me?
Yep, that's it, Kel. That's good.
So that exact form, I have made giant size on that whiteboard. And I go in and check my things every day and I write them in there and I go tick, 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 tick. And then if I have more than the 9 customers, I start writing them down underneath them. Not only is it amazing for me to keep track of, but next month I go back and I know I'm following up with all of them plus some more. And I start moving it along. I can look at that at any time of the day and I can contact Rhoda. Okay, hey, Rhoda, you are 1 away from your 6 PC bonus. Where are you at? And I can do that all through the month. So it's not just this mad rush at the end of the month.
Mm.
What's everybody think of that? And have you all taken a photo?
Yeah, have you got the actual PDF that you could share with us, Kel?
Yeah, how do I do that? It's in my, it's a JPEG.
No, I think I've got a PDF of it, Kel.
Have you?
Yeah,
I can always save it as one if not.
And I can send a message.
Maria, I think I've seen Sonia or Janelle's or someone send, I've seen that before in a PDF, I think.
Yeah,
I've seen it in US dollars.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but you've got what you've got there is an Australian dollar version. I would love that one, please.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
Are you on a computer that you can screenshot?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, just send me a message, guys. Yes.
Stick it in the Facebook group.
I will, but we haven't just got our own team on, Neil. We've got 2 other teams on the call, so.
Okay.
I will get it to someone. I'll get it to Deb, and Deb can put it through her team, and Jojo, I'll get it to you, and you can get it through your team. How's that?
Thanks so much, Kel.
No worries. Now, I'm going to share something else with you because this is just awesome. I'm like a sharing queen now. This could be what you were talking about, Rhoda. Boom. Was that it?
Hang on. I was looking. Where are you? Hee hee.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Blow it up. I've got that in A3.
Oh, I've only done mine in A4.
So I just went to the library and said, can we blow this up? So that is really great, and it's a fantastic way to keep track of what's going on for Vietnam and what you need. And, you know, here's a little tip. If you work out, we go through to November. So right now we're at the end of May. So we've got June, July, August, September, October, and all of November, 6 months. Now, if you just started today, I would get the 20,000 and I would divide it by 6. And I would write it down there in each month. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'd write it in June, what I needed for June. Then I would recalculate in July and I'd divide it by 5. And I'd work out what I needed for July. And I would try and hit those targets every single month. Has everyone screenshotted that? Perfect. Where am I? Stop share. That's super, right? Does anyone have any questions about that? Because that's a great target and a great way to keep yourself accountable for Vietnam. And I want everyone coming to Vietnam.
Not about that, Kel, but I've got a question about something that no one else has spoken about. But when you're finished, I can do that.
I'm finished, sweetheart. The floor's yours, Leanne.
Okay, thank you. I did the fundraising event on Thursday for the big morning tea for the Cancer Council. There was 100 people there, right? So it was pretty big, but that was fine. I did a sheet and had entry form. I had a gift to give away and all that sort of stuff. So I got quite a lot of follow-ups with that. But my problem was there was 2 ladies that wanted to order on the spot and pay cash. And I didn't have what they want because I don't have a lot of backup stock at the minute. So I found that a little problem. But even if I did, can you just sell it to them straight out like that? Or what's the go? Do you have to join them up? I didn't know what to do. I explained to her that I didn't have the product and that I could join you up, blah, blah, blah. She said, I don't have internet. I don't do anything on the internet, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know how else to approach it. So how should I have done it? Or for next time, what should I do?
Okay. So, and that's a great question, Leanne, because that does come up time to time. So what you'll find the longer you're in, you'll probably end up with a little bit of product that you can take to things. But if somebody does that, well, it's entirely up to you whether you're prepared to take the cash and use your credit card.
Yep.
That would be something I would do. I would take their cash.
She didn't even want to join as a customer. She just wanted to try it. I gave her a sample, but she wanted more. Like she wanted the actual product. And I wasn't flustered. I was very calm and collective and everything. But inside, I was actually sick. My gut was wrenching. It was really ridiculous. And I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. Like,
so you could sign her up as a retail customer. Which means you pay your cash, which means if you had the product on hand, you would get 100% for that product.
Yeah.
Nothing goes back to the company. You take all the cash.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you've got to see it for what it is, Leanne. You didn't have the product. You can't monkeys out of the sky.
Exactly.
So don't beat yourself up about it, but just think these are the ways it could have happened. If you had product, sure, you could give it to her 2 ways. You could have sold it retail, or you could have taken her cash, signed her up as a PC and got the price for it, which in the hope that she's going to go on another month, right?
Yeah.
Or you could say, I'm so sorry, I haven't got the product with me at the moment, but I am happy to take your money. I'll use my credit card and I'll have it to you within 2 days, which is usually around what the post is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't keep my
I wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Now you'll know.
Yeah.
And use that sort of verbiage. Get her excited and go, really?
Yeah.
What is 2 days? Really?
Yeah.
You know, but they're your options. But don't
So
beat yourself up because you can't pull monkeys out of the sky. Honey.
No, I realise that. But if they don't have the internet or won't even like don't buy or do anything on the internet, how else can you do it? Do you just do it through yourself for them?
They don't have to have the internet. Do you? So I run all my customers.
Yep.
Every single last one of them I contact every single month.
Right.
Now, they don't all order, but
Yep.
I've got some 180 customers that I contact every single month.
Yep.
And when they say they want to order, I go online and I sign in and I do everything for them because to
Yep.
me, that's good customer service and it's also customer retention.
Yeah. I sign all mine up myself too.
Yep.
But if they don't have the internet, do you just do it through, like, say, phone or, I don't know.
They don't need to have the internet because you're signing them up.
Right, under me, yeah.
As a PC, but they don't need to have the internet because you're going to contact them every month. And
I'm going to do it every single thing. I'm with you now. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to say, hi, Leanne.
Yeah.
Kel here. And guess what? Your ADO is due to run if you're after your ADO, blah, blah. And the story goes on.
Now I sound like I'm dumb, but now I'm with it.
No, that's a perfect question.
Yeah.
Great question.
Anybody else?
Good question, Leanne. That's awesome.
I have a question on that one, Leanne, with Leanne's. What if they don't have an email address then? What do you do?
Make one up.
Can you do that? That's not an issue? Cool bananas.
That just means that they're not going to, I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but it just means that they are not going to get an email.
Yeah.
So in that situation, I'd probably screenshot their receipt and make sure that you sent it to them. And
it's really easy to set up a Gmail or Hotmail account, guys, or a Live or whatever it is. It's just really super easy.
Yeah, but if they don't have the internet, they're not going to set one up. So
no.
Well, true that. Yep.
Yeah.
But if they ever do, you got one ready for them. Not only do you get the aura, you get an email address. Thanks for coming.
On you, Rhoda. On ya.
We'll give you a night cream and an email.
But,
yeah.
And the other thing is that you can order it under yourself as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to do that, but hey, we're after trip volume. So if you're selling to a new person, you know their name and you'll know their address because you've got to drop it off to them, sign them up as a new PC.
Cool. Yeah, I've still got a few follow-ups from Thursday. I've got 4 orders out of follow-ups so far, and
awesome.
I think I've got about 14 more to go. I can't get onto a lot of them, so
perfect.
I'm in at the wrong time.
Guys, I am looking at this clock and it's 5 minutes past 9, and I'm so sorry to hold you all up because it's been such a long call, but you know, typical Kelly's the host and it just goes on because she talks and talks and talks.
It's been fun.
I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I hope you all have a magical week. Go out and bust the end of month wide open. If you want this form, let me know. Find me on Messenger. I'll send it. But like I said, I'll send it to you, Jojo, and I'll send it to you, Son, or Deb. And
I've got it, Kel. Thanks, babes.
You've got it? Perfect.
Yep. Yes,
so you guys that are in those teams, just let your upline know and they'll get it to you. Have a gorgeous week. And hey? All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Kel. See you tomorrow.